I love that. That's awesome. Why Metaslide? This is awesome. I'm so glad this is in this game. What's up, guys? We are back with some Dragon Quest 1 today, and I am super excited. We haven't got a whole lot of time left until the remake of this game comes out, so I think we're going to try to finish this game in 2 more episodes. So I've been following a guide to see what to do next because I've been kind of flailing in the last couple episodes, and it looks like at least half of the content of this game left is grinding. So thankfully for you guys, I can edit all of that out, but for right now, I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of grinding, and then I will meet back with you guys and we'll start making some progress in the story.
You've got to grind, grind, grind.
All right, level 9. All right, I think we're gonna go 1 more. Oh, okay, we learned glow, so now we don't have to find torches, which that'll be nice if you saw the last episode. So we're gonna get 1 more level, and then we'll be on to our next objective. All right, we're currently level 9, and we're gonna upgrade to the steel broadsword to help our endeavors a little bit. So we're going to equip that and then be back to grinding. Gonna try to get all the way up to level 13 because that will give us the zoom spell, which lets us warp directly back to Chanterjul Castle, which was going to be important because that's where we need to go next for something, because apparently we missed it last time we were there. This is not good. We're going to die here. Oh no. That freaking sucks. Okay, well, I've moved to a new area that should have been able to grind a little faster and just lost half our money, so that's really, really nice. Back to Chanterjul Castle without zoom. Alright, back to grinding.
1 eternity later.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, finally. That took forever. I have been recording for over an hour just grinding before we could even start today. But we finally got to level 13. Which gives us the zoom spell, which lets us fly back to Castle Chanterjul whenever we want, or a later town that we have not encountered yet. But first, before we do that, we have one more thing to do in Rimuldar. We need to get some keys for the next dungeon that we're going to. And I also noticed that there was a chest in the inn that we didn't open before. If you saw the last episode, then you know that we went through and opened a bunch of chests in the previous towns, but apparently I did not get the one here in Rimuldar. And I missed something back at Castle Chanterjul too, which is very important to the story. So let's grab some keys. Already going the wrong way. But we can carry up to 6. We need to get at least 2 for the next dungeon. And 1 for here, and we want to top them off as much as we can. We have 16,000 gold after that grind, so shouldn't be a big deal just to buy as many keys as we can hold. Alright, so now let's open the door down in the inn, and then make our way back to Castle Chanterjul, where we apparently missed the Sunstone. I'm not really sure how I missed that, but very important. When rain and sun the twain do meet, the rain's bow shall a bridge complete. So say the ancient rhymes of Alefgard. The legends also speak of a stone betokening the sun, which doth slumber within the keep of Chanterjul's castle. What a coincidence, I was just talking about that. What luck, a Seed of Life. Okay, so we will use the Seed of Life. That is nice about having only 1 party member. Dang, 5, that's a good upgrade. Nice about having only 1 party member is anytime we want to use any of the seeds, we can just use them right away because we don't have to think about who needs them more than others. So anytime we find a seed, we can use it right away. So let's go ahead and top off our 1 key, and then we will zoom back to Castle Chanterjul. So at this point, we've basically gotten everything that we can, other than this 1 chest that I missed. Where is it at? Apparently we can walk around the edge. Apparently I'm missing something. Not sure where we walk around the edge. I guess this is why I missed it before. Oh, duh. Okay. Obvious in hindsight. That did not work, okay. Maybe that's why I assumed that I couldn't find it. But apparently the Sunstone is here all along, as we've seen in multiple hints if I remember correctly. Just have to actually find it. Okay, why is that not working? Ah, okay, so I have to go over here, use another key, open that door, and then maybe now I can actually... Yep, okay, now I can go on the outside of the castle. That is why I missed it before. because it was hidden quite well, which is good. Don't want it to be too easy. See what we got in here. Medicinal herb that we can't carry. Okay, I guess we'll just leave that there. And a seed of life. All right, we will definitely be using that right away as well, like we just talked about. Increased by 4. Very nice. Well, now, just for giggles, might as well use a medicinal herb, top off our health up to 74. And now we can get this medicinal herb. Okay. Thou art Metasly, art thou not? Praise be. Ever have I known that the one descended of the mighty Erdrick would one day visit me here. This stout chest doth house the holy sunstone entrusted unto my care by the most heroic ancestor. It is needed in thy quest to slay the Dragon Lord, is it not? Then take it, claim thy birthright. Sweet. Alright, so we now have the sunstone. Get the nice little jingle. Okay, so we have the sunstone. Why did he just move back? Okay. That will bring light unto our realm once more. Of that I have no doubt. But long now have I kept my vigil here. I grow tired. Soon must I take my rest at last. Is that guy gonna just go over there and die? Taking his sweet time. Even now I do well recall the face of mighty Erdrick, who did entrust the sunstone to me. Thou art the very spit of thy storied forebear. I beg of thee, brave Metasly, bring peace unto our realm once more. Okay, so thankfully, we can store the sunstone so it doesn't take up inventory space, as well as our money, because I do not want to lose 16,000 gold. Just got to remember where to store it. Yeah, right here. Okay. Okay, so now we are back on our way. So if you saw the previous episodes, you saw that we tried to go to the Tomb of Galen a little bit too early. We were way too low of level. So now we are leveled up enough that I can go up to it. I believe it's up in the top left corner of the map. But I will make my way there and we can finally get through a dungeon today. I say finally, for me it's finally after well over an hour of recording, but for you guys it's just a few minutes, so worked out quite nicely. Okay, so we can finally make our way through the Grave of Galen. Unfortunately, we have to use a key again to open that door. We have to make sure we have at least 2 in here, which we have 4, so we're good to go. As long as we don't die or anything stupid, should be good. And finally, back in a dungeon. And also, thank goodness we have the glow spell now. So we don't have to use a torch every time I come in here. Long grinding way through here, but we shouldn't get wrecked by every enemy we come into contact with now, so that will be nice. To my knowledge, we have the best armor and weapons that we can get to this point as well. So we need to try to get all of the chests that we can in here too. I don't remember which ones we already have, so I'll make sure I stop where each ones are supposed to be with this guide that I'm following. Because I want to make sure we get 100% on this run as well. I would like to 100% every Dragon Quest game, like we are doing with Final Fantasy. If you're not aware, we are doing a Final Fantasy 1000-hour challenge is what I'm calling it, where we get 100% on every mainline Final Fantasy game. It's called the 1000-hour challenge because it should take around 1,000 hours from what I understand. I'm not really sure what to call the Dragon Quest series though, so let me know if you guys have any ideas or any ideas for new names for the Final Fantasy one. I'm curious. I'm having trouble coming up with something, but I bet between all of us we can come up with a pretty cool name. So in these chests we have a Seed of Life. Very nice. Go ahead and use it right away. 3 seeds of life. Oh, 6. Very nice. 3 seeds of life in this video so far. That is very nice. Got some gold and a magic key. Sweet. Okay. So now, onward. I am super stoked to be playing Dragon Quest. I feel bad leaving the Final Fantasy series hanging for right now, but there's so much going on with Dragon Quest right now with the HD 2D remake of 1 and 2 and the 7 remake, both coming out. I want to make sure we get this game in before the remake, which we're just barely going to have time for. And then plan on doing an unboxing of the special edition for the 1 and 2 remake. And then playing through it until the 7 remake comes out, and then playing through the 7 remake. So lots of Dragon Quest coming up. Let me know if you guys are excited for that, or if you missed the Final Fantasy series. We also have the Elder Scrolls Arena videos that are kind of on the back burner for now. I feel bad for the people that watch that series. I'm not going to be able to get to it for quite a while, so I'm not saying I'll never go back to it, but it's going to be a while. But this should be a super simple floor here. We got here last time and you just have to pick the right set of stairs. that should be it. So this floor has the tough enemies that freaking destroyed us last time. So we'll see if it happens again. Okay, just scare wolves. We grinded these, or I did off camera, so much earlier, so I know that they are no threat, and we made it through that floor really easily, so that's pretty nice. Don't really want to follow a guy. Oh, okay. That is good to know. So the glow spell does wear off. But as I was saying, I don't really want to follow a guide, but I also don't want to take forever. Ooh, Spikegeist. New enemy. I got to get this game in before the remake, so I'm going to press our way through, and a little bit more streamlined for you guys to watch as well. Didn't quite make it. Just a scare wolf, though. Can almost one-shot him, not quite. Alright, simple enough here. Got the treasure chest with the Lyre of Ire. Alright, so key item acquired. Can we read that? We cannot. And that's all there is in this dungeon. So last time we got actually fairly close for as low level as we are. But now we can cast Evac, get out of here, and go use the Lyre of Ire to get another key item. So you can see on the map, we're in the top left. We have to make our way to that shrine north of Cole right there. I'll circle it on the map for you. So I've got a lot of walking to do, and I'll meet you guys there.
And a few moments later, dressed in his finest.
Alright, so we've made it to the shrine, and now we can trade the Lyre of Ire for the other item. Thou art in possession of the lyre, thou sayest. Long have we awaited the coming of one such as thee, brave Metasly. Thy prize lieth in the chest over yonder. And we get the Staff of Rain. Alright, so now we have the Sunstone and the Staff of Rain, so we can make the Rain's Bow. So let's see what he says now. Long have we awaited the coming of one such as thee, brave Metasly. Should our world be left to languish much longer in darkness, the hearts of its people too shall surely grow black. Verily, the night must not be suffered to encroach a step further. Go forth, Metasly, make haste unto the place where the rain and sun may be as one. So I guess that means technically we could finish the game now. I'm not really sure. But I am going to try to 100% everything, which means going to a far, far away land. I have to go all the way down to that area down at the bottom of the map. I'll circle it for you guys. But first, the guide recommends grinding more to level 14. So I guess I got more grinding to do, and I'll be with you guys afterwards.
How long is this going to take?
Oh, thank goodness, finally. Made it to 14. Okay, so now we can continue on. But first I'm going to zoom back to Tantagel Castle, deposit our gold. We got quite a bit from the gold golems. Let's see, I think we might need some keys. No, we got keys, herbs. Okay, so we're going to go back, deposit our gold, and then we will make our way to the new area. All right, we got to make our way to basically the farthest point on the whole map. So, got quite a walk ahead of us, but let's make our way there. More poison to walk through. Alright, not bad, not bad. Okay. So let's go ahead and quick save just in case we don't have to walk all the way back. And now also we're going to heal up. I know there's something coming, and you guys are about to see it as well. Hopefully we won't have another fight before we get there. Alright, here it is. The golem. We have to fight this golem to make our way into the town, but thankfully we have this item from earlier that we've been lugging around, the fairy flute. And when we play it, you guys will see what happens here. Pretty neat that we found it so early and had to save it all the way just for this one fight. I say it's neat, but let me know what you guys think.
I think you're out of your mind.
And that is a long little tune. The golem is overcome with drowsiness and falls fast asleep. Alright, so that puts the golem to sleep. All we have to do is put him to sleep with the item each time, the fairy flute, and then hit him. And we keep doing this and we never even take damage. So kind of a neat little gimmicky fight here. I'm curious how many hits it's going to take. But thankfully, once we get into the town, there will be a... oh, nice. Got a crit. Once we get into the town, there will be a vault, so we don't have to walk all the way back to get our gold. So that will be very nice. Also, nice he didn't wake up again there. So, super easy. Nice, cute little mini-boss there. And 2,500 XP. That's crazy. Been grinding so much. And then just get a whole nother level just like that. So that is quite nice. Got some nice stat boost and got holy protection. So that's basically like holy water that wards off weaker enemies. And with that, we have made our way to this town of, I think it's Cantlin. The impenetrable fortress of Cantlin doth bid thee welcome. All right, sweet. We have made our way to Cantlin, and now there is all kinds of stuff to check out here. So first and foremost, let's rest at the inn. And then we will be on our way. Not really sure what to do first here. The claws of the Dragon Lord rendeth steel as if it twere parchment, while his breath melteth stone as if it twere ice. Knowing this, Metasly, art thou still resolved to face him? Well, obviously. Verily, thou art a hero indeed. Okay, what's up the stairs? Oh, is this the vault? Okay, let's go ahead and take out all the monies. And to my knowledge, we're done with the fairy flute, so we're gonna go ahead and deposit the fairy flute and get it out of our inventory, out of the way. Hopefully I don't regret it, but we shall see. Okay, so we are going to need... Oh, hey, there's a dresser that we can rummage here too. And a seed of resilience. Nice. We will use that right away and get 4 more resilience. We are leveling up like crazy. The legends do tell that the armor of mighty Erdrick was passed down from hand to hand, down through a dynasty of men until it came finally into the hand of one who bore the name of Magog. Alright, Magog has the mighty armor. What to prepare? I wonder. Okay. Alright, so item shop. I don't think there's anything we really need here. Dragon Scale that we already have. And Chimera Wing that we don't need because we have Zoom now. So, get out of the way, lady. Welcome, friend. Welcome. If thou likest carrots, thou hast most certainly come to the right place. Ah, thy stony demeanor bespeaketh not a pressing need for carrots. That's okay. He's a carrot salesman. That's hilarious.
Yes. 24 carat.
Get out of my way.
Our town was enclosed within these mighty walls that marauding monsters might be kept at bay. Okay, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going, and I don't really want to run out of keys, so I'm going to hold off on opening doors yet. Well, screw it. I'll open one. Let's see. My family did once tend a shop in the desert town of Damdra. Okay, we passed that on the way here. Alas, in the time of my grandfather, Magog, monsters did lay waste to that ill-fated place. Those few who escaped with their lives fled hither unto Cantlin. For in mercy, my family brought with them sufficient money to establish themselves here, and thus did we begin again. Thou wouldst know where the whereabouts of my family's premises in Damdra? If memory serves, they were based in the east of the town. Taking a screenshot of that. Okay, so the east of the town that we will go to later in the next episode to get the mighty armor. And a magic key. Nice. So that replaces the key that I was so worried about losing. And now onward to the town. So there is a like ultimate sword, ultimate armor that we will be getting before too long. Don't need blessed water. And item shop, or weapon shop here. So all that grinding is going to pay off here big time because we have... Okay, this is not the item shop that I was thinking it was. Okay, so hold that thought. We will find better ones elsewhere. What do we got in this dresser here? Seed of Magic, sweet. I love finding all of these seeds and getting free stat boosts. So let's see, we got just a little bit more in this town, I think. My father's father did often tell a curious tale. He spoke of his friend Magog and of a chest containing a great treasure which he did bury beneath the tree behind his shop. Screenshotting that as well. So in the east of the town, buried behind a tree. Would that I would go in search of the treasure myself, but alas, beyond these walls lieth untold danger. Coward. Who dis? Here lie those fallen at the hands of the fiends that do plague the land. Perhaps thou wouldst offer up a prayer to their memories that they might rest in peace. I don't think there's actually anything to do here. Interesting. Item shop. I'm assuming it's the same thing as the others. Yeah, nothing here. Oh, okay. Here's a weapon shop right here that I just walked right past in the very beginning. Maybe this is where the good stuff is. Maybe not. Okay. Supposedly there is an item shop, a weapon shop rather, that has some really good stuff here. I can buy some keys. Might as well replenish the one that we just used to open the door. Can I buy weapons here? Armory. Okay, is this it? It is locked away. Okay, so Silver Shield. It is the best shield in the game, so we will be using it, or buying it right away, equipping it right away, and then we can sell our old shield, but let's see if we have enough. We do not quite. Oh, maybe after we sell the shield. So that other sword, the fire sword there, apparently is the best sword up to this point. Do we really need 50 more gold? What can we sell? Shouldn't have bought that dang key. Well, we need 50 gold. So I guess that means let's see if we can find another chest around here to raid. Long ago, when darkness did threaten the land, a great hero did descend from beyond the heavens, and lo, the hero's name was called Erdrick. Thinkest thou that Erdrick was a savior sent to us by the great and benevolent goddess? Okay. I thought that was going to lead to another room. That's hilarious. Okay, so we've done everything here other than buy that sword. It is optional, and eventually we will get a better sword. But to my knowledge, we don't really need money for anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and grind out 50 more gold, which should just be one encounter. As long as we don't die here, it shouldn't be a problem. If we do, we'll just forget the sword. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and quick save, then do this. Act like we actually know what we're doing. And then we'll buy that sword, and I think that's everything in the town? The Terror Wolf. We did not see any of these on the way. Hopefully they're not too brutal. It hits pretty hard, but shouldn't be too much for us, theoretically. Nice. Okay. Hopefully that'll give us 50 gold. It should. 155. Even better. Okay. So now we can go buy... Oh, we gotta freaking open the door again. So dumb. We will buy the Fire Blade, which we can apparently cast a fire spell with. But I don't really plan on doing that. But now that we have both of those, we have the best equipment possible up to this point that I'm aware of. That's crazy. We bought the Steel Broadsword in the same episode earlier, and we're already replacing it. We've grinded so much and made so much progress. So much grinding in this game. Buy another magic key, replenish. All right, according to the guide, that looks like that is all that is here in Cantlin. So we made it all the way here, got lots of good stuff, but now it is time to zoom back to Castle Tantagel. And now, if you guys remember, a long time ago, we found the princess in the cave, and we were way too weak to do anything about it. So now it is finally time to go rescue the princess. So apparently it's actually completely optional if you want to rescue the princess or not. Obviously we're going to. Be kind of ridiculous not to. It's funny that they give you the option to not, but it would be really stupid not to. So we're going to rest up, save, and then I think we're going to go ahead and rescue her in this video as well. Don't have a ton of time left. I've been recording for about 2 hours. Thankfully for you guys, I can cut it all out, but let's save here. And then I want to rescue the princess in this episode. That way we can make sure we finish the game in the next episode. All right, so now we will make our way all the way back to the cave with the princess and the dragon. And like the classic story, we will defeat the dragon, save the princess, and return her to the king. So let's head that way. All right, we made it to the cave. Thank goodness we have holy protection that made us so much nicer walking without the encounters with all the like she slimes and drakies and stuff that have no threat to us, but cost us a lot of time. All right, so now should be pretty simple. Just get to the dragon, and hopefully we won't be so drastically outmatched this time. We're doing so much damage compared to earlier. Crazy, we were going through this cave earlier with, let's see, we're at level 15. We were at like half the levels at the beginning of this video. Alright, so before we encounter this green dragon, I'm going to go ahead and quick save, top off our health, And let's see what happens here. Alright, the green dragon. Let's see how long it takes. We are doing roughly triple the damage that he is doing. Unless he does that. Pretty good shape. Better go ahead and heal. He shouldn't be able to out-damage us unless he does fire every time. But we've got plenty of heals so far. Good, good, good. Okay. Alright, easy enough. That would have been impossible at the level that I thought about fighting him in the previous video. But with that, we have saved the princess from the dragon. At long last, one has come who will deliver me from my plight. Brave hero, I am Gwaelin, Princess of Tantagel. Hadst thou tarried a moment longer, the Dragon Lord would surely have made me his bride. Merely to imagine such an unspeakable fate striketh dread into my dainty heart. Ah! Mighty Metasly, wilt thou, of course, escort me to my home, the palace? I wonder what happens if you say no. Metasly takes the princess into his big, strong arms. Macho man, yeah! I love that. That's awesome. Why, Metasly? This is awesome. I'm so glad this is in this game. They would never put this in a modern game, which is ridiculous. They ought to, you know, go back to their roots and do stuff like this. I think we can evac and zoom to the castle. I hope so. We can. That is awesome. We can actually carry her all the way if we wanted. Not going to, because that would be a lot of walking. I wonder if we get encounters while we're carrying her, though. Alright, this is freaking sweet. I didn't realize, I forgot that you actually carried the princess back. This is amazing. I love it. Alright, Mr. King, here you go. Brave Metasly, thou hast delivered mine only child from evil. Words cannot express my gratitude. Come now, Gwaelin, return thee to thy rightful place at my side. Very nice. I shall, father, but first I must give brave Metasly a token of my undying appreciation. Brave Metasly, verily and truly, from the bottom of my heart, I do love thee. Pray accept this modest symbol of mine affection, humble though it may be. Though we be far apart, I shall ever be at thy side. Now, brave Metasly, go forth upon thy quest. Very nice. Okay, so we have saved the princess, returned her to her rightful place on the throne, gained her love, and she gave us the Princess's Pledge, which is basically like a GPS from what I understand, so we can tell how many squares in each direction we are away from the castle. It also shows how much XP to the next level, which is pretty nice, because then we don't have to go back to the king every time to find out. So I am definitely going to save after all of that we just did. And with that, I think we are out of time for today, unfortunately. So in the next episode, we will be getting the ultimate sword, ultimate armor, finishing the main quest line, getting the key items combined, and then we will defeat the Dragon Lord just in time for the remake to come out. This is going to work out fantastic, I think. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button. I would much appreciate it. And don't forget to like the video if you found value in it, and let me know your guys' thoughts. I really value your inputs. That way I can know what you enjoy or don't enjoy on the channel. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode.